Good afternoon, and welcome to the THC Show, the Truth, Hope, and Change Show. My name is Glenn Wells. I'm standing in for Neil Magnuson. This is the first week since he has passed. He is with us in spirit now. And we are down here on the downtown east side providing high-dose edibles in order to avoid opioid overdoses and other hard drug overdoses. We're going to start the show with Neil singing his favorite song. So give me a second, and I'm going to share why we're doing that, and we'll be right back.
You guys want some free weed? Well, let's get this underway then. What do we got for time? We are right there. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. With healing powers, it helps our eyes to see. And with glowing joints, we make the point that the true north should be free. And with wise red eyes, we criticize the war against our family. God keep our stash from the police. Oh, cannabis, we stand here high and proud for this. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. Thank you very much. We are just minutes away from 420.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? And thank you for tuning in. We are on the downtown east side, and we are providing high-dose edibles to the people that live down here in order to avoid opioid overdoses. As you can see, the moving picture frame is here now. We have pictures of Neil. We will have pictures of Neil for every show. This frame is here. The pictures will change every 30 seconds. So, yeah, this is it. This is what we're doing. About 7 years ago, let me explain what Neil's been doing down here. About 7 years ago, look at that handsome gentleman right there. Eh? So about 7 years ago, Neil started handing out high-dose edibles to the people at the Vandu, which is the Vancouver area network drug users. He had 300 people lining up every Saturday. I believe it was a Saturday. And whatchamacallit, he would hand out joints and edibles. And for 3 years, he would do that. And it started for once a week, and then it started doing it about 2 times a week. And I do believe it may have gone to 3, but I'm not sure. But I know it was 2 because I was there for one of those days. We found out that after 1 week of high-dose edibles, people can get off hard drugs. We found out that there's no relapsing, that they don't have the sweats or the body pains that normal people would be, or people without cannabis would be going through during their detox. And this is the reason that a lot of people don't want to do detox. They do not want to go through the pain. They do not want to go through the sweats and stuff like that. And some of the people don't even want to go into the treatment centers. And down here, we have found out, like I said, 1 week of high-dose edibles. And it could be a 20 milligram, because that 20 milligrams could be your high dose. For me, my high dose is 100 milligrams. I know people that can do 1,000 milligrams. We all have a certain level that's right for us, and that's what we have to find out, and that's what we have found out down here. And if the people, they come here, Silas, hi, Leo. The people down here are afraid that if we're not here the 7 days a week that we are here, from 11 until 7 every day, even in Christmas, that if we're not here, they have to go back on hard drugs. Hey, Ron. And that's not what we're here to do. We're here to save lives. And we're here to promote the CSP so that maybe you could start having a CSP in your neighborhood and you could start saving some people's lives. Because once you start doing it, you can't stop. Like Neil would say, you can't stop saving people's lives. What am I supposed to say? Okay, I'm not going to go there today and save a bunch of people's lives because I don't feel like it. You can't do that anymore. Once you save people's lives and you hear the stories and you see the smiles on their faces, it's impossible. You can't do it, right? So if we could teach you how to do a CSP in your neighborhood through these videos and stuff like that, then we could save a lot more people's lives. And there's lots of people out there that you don't even know that you could be saving their loved ones. Right? Indirectly, we've had that happen here so much where people will walk through this door and say, hey, you saved my cousin. And that's like all the way down the line. And they came in and they gave us a really, really beautiful donation because indirectly they had found out that the CSP had saved this person's life. And that's what it's all about, people. Saving people's lives, right? Because we don't need to have all these doctors give us the opioids so that and then stop us after a while when they think that we've had enough and we're not in pain anymore, because that's what gets you hooked, right? So this is not a good thing. And the good thing is that we can get you off with the high dose edibles. And another thing is that the government of Canada won't even support us. We're down here for the last 4 years. We're at Maine and Cordova in the RV. We started about 3 years ago, and they moved into this building here. They had a little store. The city told them that they could do this. And then the business manager that hands out the business license said, no, we're not going to give you a license, even though city council was in full support of it. So we've been down here for the 3 years now and doing it from the RV. We've had one RV burned. We've been arrested. We had 3 people arrested, excuse me. Neil, George, and can't remember his name. I know George was I forgot his name. Anyways, the third person got arrested. They both got off with conditional discharges. Neil, he's in heaven. He won't have to go through that. And we've also started a constitutional challenge, which I hope to continue for him in his name. Or maybe his son will. We're not sure yet. That's something we'll have to work out with the lawyer, Jack Boyd. Which Jack is an amazing man. And it would be nice to be able to have it so that we could provide high dose edibles to these people. The Health Canada has said that we have to have a prescription note from each doctor, each patient that we give anybody over a 10 milligram edible, that they're supposed to have a note from their doctor to get that. When these people are down here doing hard drugs, it is so stupid. Health Canada doesn't even send anybody down here to study what we're doing, right? We could change the whole system. We could arrange it so that lots of people don't have to go into treatment centers. And there will be still some that have to, right? We're not all the same. Not one pill or one program is going to fix the whole thing, right? There's going to be different programs. And we should have some programs where we can use cannabis, some recovery centers and stuff like that. It's been so stereotyped wrongly, if that's the right word. You know, if you go to NA, you can't use it. If you go to AA, you can't be using it. But yet, using it could help you stay off of the drugs or whatever your choice, your drug of choice or your choice alcohol is. So I'm getting messages here. No, okay. Just making sure that everything's going right. Because last week I forgot to turn the mic on. It was you that got arrested. And what was the other guy's name? Andrew. That's it. See, now George is here and he can answer my questions for me. Thank you. Yeah, so that was a few years ago. Conditional discharge, right?
I'm done.
You're done,
I have no criminal record, supposedly.
and Andrew the same too, right?
He's still doing his probation.
He's still doing probation, but he got a conditional discharge, so that he doesn't have a criminal record.
I'm not sure, actually.
All right, we'd have to ask him, which we can right now. Today, I forgot to mention, we have Kim Cooper coming in at 4 o'clock. She is in the title. I did put it in there. She is from the Northern Ontario, I think, Kim. NOK Network, anyways, in Northern Ontario. She's going to be joining us in about, about 6 minutes from now. So it's going to be nice to have Kim on the show. She's going to talk about her Stoner Games Cup that's coming up. And I actually get a judge's kit because this year I participated and I bought a kit. So we'll be showing some of those samples here on the show. She'll be able to talk about her experience here in Vancouver. She was down here for a little while and the CSP, actually working in the van. And she's been talking to a lot of the staff that work here, a lot of our volunteers. We call them staff, volunteers, the same thing. So she'll be able to explain what she's learned about what the CSP does, and maybe she might be able to inspire a few people in Ontario to do the same thing. We are the CSP. We are in Surrey, Newton, Langley, Vancouver, East Coast, Ottawa, and I do believe there may even be one in Sudbury, but we don't know about that one right now. So, yeah, let's make this grow. Let's save people's lives because that's what we're doing down here. I'm getting a little warm here, so I'm going to take my sweater off today. So I got a new shirt from a friend of mine, and I wonder if you guys can figure out what it says. It's not Poe the ad. Just think about it, and you would figure it out. Maybe put it in the comments if you figured it out. NOK Network rocks. Yes, it does. Doesn't it, Ron? So, Ron and Kim, they work together. And Ron, you're such a good host and good friend to her and stuff like that. So it is definitely. Oh yeah, there we go. I see your Stoner Games coming. All right, let's put this up. This is what Kim is going to be doing. You know. Thank you, Kim, for that. That's awesome. I didn't know you had that video. So Kim will be here in just about 2 minutes, well, maybe 2.5 minutes. I don't know. I don't got seconds on my watch, but she'll be here and she'll be able to explain all about the Stoner Games Cup and what's going on and how it's going and how many entries she has and how many judges she has. She'll be able to tell us everything. We got to fill up 40 minutes for you guys. So, let's see, 4:17. We got a couple more minutes, and then there'll be time to roll up your doobies, spark up your email right now because it's got to get to that temperature. Get those dabs ready. Get your bong ready. We can announce that we have the celebration of life for Neil arranged. It's by invitation only. Sorry, folks. The family I requested that. We also have his funeral planned now. And tomorrow we are going to be visiting a plot for him. Fortunately, the plot is where I live, Mission, British Columbia. So if it all works out, we'll be doing wake and bake videos with Neil right from his spot. So that's really, really, really cool, and that it's working out that way. You know, the reason is because it's a lot cheaper to have a plot out there than it is in the city. The city is like $12,000. Out there, it's like $3,000. So it's 4:19, 1 minute to go. I've already got mine arranged. I will still play my CSP PSA. Oh, thank you, Ron. I got mine rolled and ready to go. I hope you guys are ready to go. Let's bring in Kim, because it's almost 420, and we'll celebrate 420 with her. So here we go, Kim. We're gonna add you to the stage, and welcome. How you doing? Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on a minute. Unmute your mic. Unmute mic.
Hello, BC. Hello, Canada.
There we go. Got it. Apparently, we're getting a crash course on this StreamYard after the show.
Yeah. I'm going to bring you in my studio. I'm going to show you some stuff, man. We're going to get you so good at this thing.
Oh, that's good. Well, live and learn, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Last week, I just forgot to click that little mic thing.
Absolutely. I remember my first month on StreamYard, man. It was a trip.
But I learned how to put a link in here so I can use this as a camera and go outside, right?
Right on.
Yeah,
right
so that's what I was doing. So, all right.
Absolute. Happy 420 Westies.
Happy 420! Yeah. Let's spark them if you got them.
Shout out to Janine Mora over at IWK 710 Daily Stash on the air for NOK Network.
Yeah. Shout out all the way from British Columbia. So how's it going out there? Is it snowing, Kim?
No, we were hot as fucking balls today. Holy shit. It was like 28 here today. It was crazy.
Wow, we're supposed to get warm this weekend too.
Yeah, we had like 28 here today. It was fucking hot as balls, man.
Oh, that's good. And with Ontario, it's humid too, right?
Yeah. We had no wind. The air was like still. It was just like, I
remember those days growing up and seeing the brown smog cover the CN Tower. So much
I'm not in Toronto.
The CN Tower anymore.
Yeah. That's why we left. I'm like 9 hours north of Toronto. So I have wonderful, clean, beautiful country fresh air up here in the north.
Almost like
no
here in
smog.
BC.
Yeah, no smog at all. It's just absolutely gorgeous. But there was zero wind today. So it was just it was just still. So when it gets real hot like that and there's no wind, yeah, man, you feel it.
Yeah, I know. And you guys get the warm rain where we get a cold rain here.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, I used to shower outside in the rain on one of those days because it was so cool. It was like, wow, it's like a big, huge shower.
Yeah, when it's really raining heavy, my hubby's done that too, and he's a big burly guy, right?
Yeah. I remember him.
To be an idiot, right? He just goes outside with a bar of soap, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get my shower," right? It's like, "Oh, you asshole, get in the house." What are you doing? Oh, it's funny.
So
it's funny. Keeps me laughing.
I want to thank you for having the staff on your show. That is amazing. Thank you very much. What have you learned?
Oh, so much. Neil has taught me so much over the years. And just my trip out there and conversations with staff since my journey out there this time, I've learned a lot more about what's going on down there and the severity of it all. I think that's what really kicked me in the face. I mean, I watch the posts. I see what Neil's doing. I follow along with everything that's going on there. You see the pictures, you know, you hear about the news stories and all of that, but I don't think you actually really grasp it until you fucking go there.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I've been saying in the show. You really don't know until you see the smile on someone's face and how they've changed their lives, or how just this simple plant can change somebody's life.
Yeah. And I don't think people outside of BC, I don't think grasp the severity of the situation of the downtown Lower East Side. It's mind-boggling that it's gotten to the condition that it's in to start with.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's what really kicked me in the face, was like, holy fuck. I mean, the last time I was there was 7 years ago, and it was bad then, you know, but now it's like, I mean, I was literally like this, sitting back in my chair, just going, and not out of fear. It was like I was trying to catch my breath at what I was seeing.
Yeah. And you missed the part when we had all the tents here. We had loads and loads of tents and everything, and then they just came and they cleaned them out, which wasn't really cool because they took all their possessions and everything. right? It was really bad, and it's just got worse. Like you said, in 7 years, I probably could say it's tripled.
Yeah. And when you're not in it, when you're a visitor like me, when you go once every 7 years, I
Yeah,
mean, the drastic change is just, it's like a punch in the face.
it is.
It's so dramatic, you know?
Yeah. We didn't have a bunch of people living in the alleys where we have them living in the alleys now.
No.
There's people who were using in the alleys, but they weren't living in the
Yeah.
alleys. We got a guy lives right behind this wall that here, and he's been there 7 years.
At least.
He's been there for 7 years.
And the city's been evicting him once a week for about the last 4 months straight now.
Oh, really, eh?
They trying to clean him out this morning.
They cleaned him out. Even though he's not on the sidewalk and he's in the alleyway, they still want to clean him out. You hear that? They're still
Yeah.
cleaning him out, even though he lives right behind us
Yeah. Yeah.
in an alleyway. Like,
Yeah.
what's he supposed to do? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
I understand. It's a difficult situation to know what to do. I like to try and stay focused on trying to find solutions, rather than, trying to figure out the answers to questions like, what is somebody supposed to do and where are they supposed to go? Let's
Yeah.
try and figure out the cause of why they're there and see if we can find solutions to prevent that, or to fix that situation.
Well-
Because, I mean, figuring out what to do with them and all of this kind of thing in the meantime, that's a whole kettle of fish, man. That's got so many fucking edges. I'm scared to touch it.
Yeah, and Neil already gave them a solution. They just got to come down here and see it. Right?
I mean, this
Health
is
Canada-
it. What you guys are doing is it 100%. That's where I
Yeah.
was going with this, like, I mean, I think what you guys are doing, have got going on, I got goosebumps again. I mean, I've been preaching since I got back from Vancouver. You don't know how many fucking people I've talked to.
I kind of had a feeling you might be. That's why I wanted to have you on the show today.
I mean, I'm reaching out to folks south of the border. I'm talking to states, and several of them,
Thank you.
are that I have, contacts with, people connected with NOK Network, because NOK Network is international now. About almost 50% of
God.
our podcasters are now US. So
Thank you guys
we
for
are
watching.
100% international now, and we're playing on both sides of the border. So I'm reaching out to all of my my joint hosts that are down in the US of A, and all
Okay.
of the groups that they're connected with, that I have now since become connected with through them, and some very large organizations and groups that are down there, and and I've been preaching Neil's song since I returned, to everybody that I fucking can.
Oh,
You
thank
know?
you, Kim. That warms
Um,
my heart. We need the support. Like I said, we were just saving people's lives once indirectly, right?
yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are down on the downtown east side down here.
yeah,
And
yeah. Because what I saw, I mean, I'm crying because what I saw, how can that be in 2024 with this society of ours that is supposed to be so fucking evolved?
yeah. Well,
How can this be?
how can it be that our governments are giving out billions and billions of dollars to other countries and not helping us Canadians?
Yeah.
Like,
And
I really-
when they, and don't
somebody-
even get me started, because I mean,
Yes.
even when they offer fucking help, what do they offer? Well, here,
No.
we're gonna give you a safe supply. Are
Yeah.
you fucking kidding me?
I know,
Like,
I know,
I
I
am
know.
enraged at that. That just
Like-
I get so angry at this
Oh, I get angry too.
supply shit.
Every time I hear that
Because-
they're giving away money.
I mean, when you quit smoking cigarettes, the first thing they tell you is don't go around a cigarette smoker. When
Yeah.
you are a gambling aholic, okay, you get actually blackballed from casinos. You're on a fucking list. You can't go in, right? Okay.
Yeah.
When you go to Alcoholics Anonymous because you're quitting drinking, what is the first thing they say? Abstinence. You can't be
Abstinence.
around alcohol. Don't go
Yeah.
near alcohol. Don't use alcohol. Everything on the planet that we're addicted to, rule number one is stay the fuck away.
Yeah.
Okay, so then why are we taking these people that are so badly addicted to these harmful substances and saying, here, have some more?
I know, hey, yeah. And they got us hooked on alcohol and tobacco. All those tobacco commercials
Makes
that
no
you and I
sense.
grew up with, right? And all those stars drinking and smoking and everything, right? It was like,
It makes zero sense. I do not agree with or believe in safe supply. It's a fucking crock. As far as
it is.
I'm concerned, they're trying to kill them.
With the
They're
$8
giving
billion they give,
they're calling it safe, but it's only safe because it's been tested for other substances. It's
yeah,
not safe for them to use in any
no,
means, and they can
no,
still overdose. And I
exactly.
personally believe that's the goal.
Yep, they could still overdose. They could do too big of a whack, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
having safe supply is not the answer. I
No,
don't think,
no, I know,
but
absolutely not. But
it
you
is a
need
better.
help. Help
It is
is cannabis, a
it,
natural plant. Let's go back to nature.
yeah,
Cannabis, mushrooms. There's so many medicinal plants out there. You know, something as simple as something that's growing on your lawn, plantain. You can fucking pick it on sidewalks, for Christ's sakes. This stuff grows everywhere.
yeah,
Medicinal properties and that too. We can make extracts, tinctures, and everything else out of dandelions. I mean,
yeah.
like plants.
Plants are
Plant
the answer. Yeah, I do believe so. But it's like the pharmaceutical companies are like the medicine man of the 1800s that used to come to your town and try to sell you his tincture.
Yeah.
You know, right? This will cure all, right?
Yeah.
And now
Well,
they
theirs
just
was
got
mostly made
now
with
they're really
cocaine.
big and they're everywhere.
Yeah, theirs
Jason
was
is
mostly cocaine back then. But
yeah. Jason Buzzard asking if there's anybody starting a CSP in Saskatoon. No, there is not
you
yet.
should. You
Yeah,
should.
maybe
You
you
should.
and I don't know if you know Sterling are wild, but you both are in Saskatoon, and maybe you guys could
Maybe you guys should.
start doing something like that, right? It's all we need.
Yep.
You're going to need some donators. You're going to need people to bake for you,
Yep.
stuff like that. So we're finding out that making it with distillate is a little bit easier than the butter because it's a little bit cleaner taste too. You don't have a really weed taste, but you still have the potency. Yeah, that's all you really need to do to start a CSP is get some bakers, get some donators, and just start from there. That's how it all started here in Vancouver with Neil and Van Du. So,
Yep. Hi, Fred. I just
so
noticed Fred Val popped in the room. So hello,
yeah,
Fred.
are you also broadcasting on your network today, or are you just here?
Yeah, well, you know, my crew is on my network and I'm over here.
Well, that's good because the more the merrier, right?
Yeah, NOK is on the air. We have Janine Mora is on the IWK 710 Deli Sesh right now. And then at 8 o'clock, we've got Hobbies, Puppets, and Tara Simpson is in for Psychedelic Reporters.
And you can put it, you can find Kim at you have a page, the NOK page, is it?
Yep, NOKnetwork.com. And
There you
we're
go.
on all of the social media platforms under NOK Network. Everything except YouTube. We got banned from fucking YouTube.
You did.
They pulled my page. They pulled the history. I had 18 months of broadcasting 7 days a week on YouTube, and they fucking banned my ass.
You can get it back. I've heard of people who have got their pages back.
Fuck YouTube. We went to Rumble.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe somebody wasn't marking it as 18 only and above, and sometimes
Yeah,
I can
no,
get you.
we were adult only. I had all my flags up and everything. They just
Really, eh?
yeah.
Oh wow, they didn't
I
like your
don't know.
flag, did they?
I don't know. They just said no. And I was like, oh, I think it might have been because a lot of the psychedelic shows that week, which is new territory now. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe. Eh? You guys weren't on psychedelics while you were doing the show, were you?
Well, there's been occasions, I'm sure.
Well, maybe that's why then. Maybe I don't know. Maybe AI can detect for those who are on psychedelics and just cut you right off or something. I don't know. But like I was saying, yeah, it would be really nice for instead of them giving that $8 billion to the Ukraine, that they would put $8 billion into is getting people off the street, veterans off the street, homeless off the street,
Right.
poor people having some food.
Right.
You know? So we just need somebody to run for office that'll say that. You know, like when you run a business like Canada, you should take care of the people first. And then when you have extra money, help out others. That's the way it should be. We shouldn't be giving out all this money just so that we look good to other countries.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not going to happen under any of the political parties that we have available to vote for, because unfortunately they're all of the same mind. And
Yeah.
they're going to follow the status quo and the script that they've been handed. And this is it. So for me, it's a grassroots. It's got to remain a grassroots level industry, and that's
Yeah.
why. Because as soon as the government gets involved, they fuck it up. I mean, look what they did to the legal cannabis industry. They destroyed it.
Look
And
what they did to us medical people.
yeah, they've destroyed it. They're
Yeah.
trying to use the devastation in the legal cannabis industry to take out the medical cannabis patients
Yeah.
and
Oh,
the
yeah, I
acts
know.
that we're all under. They're going to attempt to use this legitimized fucking industry that they've created in order to cancel our medical system that we're all
Well,
under. Patients need to be prepared to fight, because there's one coming. I guarantee it.
Well, they if they do that, they have to make it so that we have access.
Yeah. And
Right?
that's what they're doing with the stores.
They
They're
have to
gonna
make it so that we can buy it too with our disability pensions, because our disability
well,
pension.
not necessarily. I mean,
But-
there's nothing in Allard or any of the decisions that speak to sort of the cost. So I mean, government can turn around and say, well, you know, it's available to you in the store, so you can go and buy it. And they've never fully accepted cannabis as a medicine through the
Yeah.
government of Canada. Health Canada still does not recognize it as a medicine. We've had
I know.
medical cannabis here for 23 years, and they still do not recognize it as medicine here in Canada. The only reason we have a medical program is because it was mandated by the courts, and
Yeah.
they had no choice but to do it. But government doesn't give a fuck about us, never has. Okay. And for as they're concerned, legal stores means legal access, and they're fulfilling their terms of Allard. It's going to take a fight to go back to court to say, I'm sorry, but that's not quite so. Because they don't believe it's a medical need. They don't believe that the quantities of prescriptions we have are legitimate, and that's what they're going to challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say something. Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry. I know. I just get pissy when it comes to my medical fuck. I mean, I
Yeah.
know they're gonna fuck with it, and I'm
Yeah.
just trying to be ready,
Well,
because I know they're coming after it.
they can say you can go to a government store as much as they want, but what they sell there doesn't work for a guy who's been smoking for 43 years.
That's right. That's
Right?
right. That's
So-
right. We did the math, and it was like it was gonna cost me like $8,000 a month to shop at the OCS, eh?
Yeah. And they don't give us $8,000 on our disability. I get $1,790, and $1,400 of that goes towards rent.
Yeah.
So how am I supposed to buy my medicine? I have to go on the medical program. I have to get a designated grower, and then I have to have 50 to 100 grams a day because I need to barter my stuff, because I don't just smoke it. I get edibles made for me. I get concentrates made for me. So this is why I need these higher ones, so I can barter it. Right?
That's right. That's right. I mean, how much cannabis do they think it takes to make RSO?
Oh,
I mean,
whole thing is, like
they have
you
no
said,
idea.
It's not medicine to them. They don't understand, because if they said it was medicine, then they have to admit that they've been lying to everybody for all the years of prohibition, saying that it wasn't good for you, that it's going to make you go crazy, that you're going to go and kill people and stuff like that, right? They would be lying if they say, okay, well, now it's good for you. We're sorry. You know,
We're sorry. Yeah.
Just like they did to the indigenous people.
That's
We're
why the US.
sorry.
That's why the US has a patent on it as a medicine. But you know what's okay, right?
Yeah,
It's all
because they
good.
know, and they knew, right? They know, right? You have an endocannabinoid system. Your body is looking for this medicine, but no, we'll promote cigarettes, and we'll promote alcohol, and we'll get you to die of cancer, or maybe be drunk driving or something and kill yourself or something.
They're poisoning us. They've been poisoning us from the start, right down to stuff that doesn't even get you high. Toothpaste.
Yeah.
Toothpaste. It's been drilled into our head that we're supposed to use toothpaste. It's
How
got
about
fluoride in it.
sunscreen?
They
How about
fluoride our water, for Christ's sake, and they try and tell you it's good for you. Right on the tube of toothpaste, it says, do not swallow. If swallowed, contact poison control.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we're
I
going to
know.
put this bubblegum flavored shit in our kids' mouths and tell them don't swallow.
Yeah.
Right?
Lots of people don't like to swallow.
What the fuck? Well, that's a different subject, Glenn. That's a different subject. We're talking about kitties. Kitties toothpaste, man. You know, but I mean, that's it. And that's what I'm saying. It's slowly poisoning us. Anything that they're promoting is poison because they want a population that's just functional enough to follow orders, but not intelligent enough to fucking question those orders. And that's exactly what these poisons do. They dumb down the brain, they dumb down the senses, they stop you from wanting to ask questions, they take away your senses and your sensibilities, and you just become a fucking automaton. And that's the population of the future that they're trying to create through all these poisons. People have to stop that and stand up to it and start promoting natural therapy and plant medicines, just like Neil was doing.
Yeah. And sunscreen. You and I grew up playing outside all day long until dinner was done. And then went back outside and we played until the street lights came on.
Nobody got cancer.
No, but with sunscreen, it limits the amount of vitamin D that you get. And vitamin D keeps you healthy. So if you put sunscreen on, then you're not going to be as healthy as maybe a guy who doesn't, and then you'll be buying their pharmaceuticals. So let's tell everybody to put sunscreen on.
And it all leads back to that pharmaceutical train and the doctor giving you a fucking prescription, and they're making money on you while they're working your ass off to the bone for, 65 years of your fucking life, and then telling you to enjoy your 2 years of retirement before you die.
Yeah, because if you lived for 35 years after your retirement, they would have to pay you for 35 years.
They can't have that.
No, we can't have that. No. So let's not promote cannabis, who will make you live longer and probably be a lot healthier and stuff, right?
That's right.
It's fucked up, man.
That's right.
How do we change this? How do we change this?
Like this, like we're doing right here. Conversation. Keep spreading the information. Have these conversations openly in all communities. We're having the conversation in the cannabis community. People are having this conversation at book club. Other people are having this conversation at grandma's tea shack.
Because grandmas love the gummies.
That's it. I mean, it's through the conversation, right?
Yeah.
We've got to continue to have these conversations openly. And, that is the one thing that legalization has afforded us. I'll say that. That's the only thing that we've gotten out of legalization is the ability to speak more freely, because a lot of people that refuse to speak out of fear now feel comfortable doing so, and they're asking questions.
Yes.
And that the conversations are more easily started. And now we can pass a cannabis store walking down the street on our daily walk and not even bat an eye.
No.
So there's that.
But when I got cannabis in the car and a cop pulls up behind me, I'm still fucking nervous.
That's because you're old school.
Now, we are trying to do what you're asking us to do here in British Columbia on July 1st. We're going to have an open market at the art gallery.
Nice.
And if you get a ticket from the CSU, which is the Cannabis Safety Unit, I believe, or Community Safety Unit or something like that. Anyways, we want you to take that ticket and go to court and fight it. We don't want you to pay the fine.
Good.
And if 100 people get those tickets, then that's 100 people in the courts trying to change the system. And that's it. I'm sorry to say, but that seems to be the only way that we're going to do it.
That's how it's been done from the beginning, Glenn. For 25 fucking years.
is saying, hey, these people need access to their medicine. You can't stop them. We have a constitution that says that you have access to your medicine. We have to do something about this.
Yeah. I mean, we're going back 25, 30 years, starting off, with people like Terry Parker Jr. that got this ball rolling, and using cannabis for his fucking epilepsy. Matt Murnaugh in Toronto, he fucking went to court. Then, of course, we've got the Allards and the Smith trials and the big ones that are out there as well. But there was hundreds, almost thousands of smaller cases in the courts where people, did things like this, went to a market. Okay, 50 of us are charged. We're all going to fucking court. And that's the only way we've made change in this nation. Every step of the way has been through the courts. It's been a slow, long fucking pushing that goddamn boulder up a hill. And here we are, and we're still pushing, because we're not there yet. People think legalization is the pinnacle, and we've made it. Fuck no. This isn't legalization at all.
We've only made it for the people that weren't smoking to be able to smoke now. And they think it's fucking awesome. But us 40-year-old people have been smoking. We don't think that this stuff isn't even any good for us.
It kills me now because I see a lot of the younger people that are out there and they're consumers and that, and they're just turning 19 and stuff. And I'm looking at some of these people. And I'm looking at some of these people, and it's like, okay, oh yeah, I've been smoking weed for 3 years. They're like all like, confident in their abilities and stuff. And oh yeah, I've been smoking weed for 3 years. And it's like, I look at them and I think to myself, oh, so you don't even know about prohibition. Because before you were even inclined to smoke anything, it was legal for you from the start.
My daughter, who's 12 years old, doesn't understand why dad.
They have no idea. There's people that are becoming consumers now that weren't even engaged at all and have no idea about what happened with prohibition and how we got here and how this is not what was envisioned or even promised. Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. And we know what happens when politicians make promises.
This is right. They told us, oh yes, here's your commission. Here's what we're going to do. That's not what you did.
No.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. And he got all those people to vote for him, me included, because we all believed him. But Freddie Pritchard knew better. And Freddie, you're the man.
There's a handful of people out there that saw. And I think me included, I'm in that mix that didn't see. I think our own excitement at the thought that this was going to happen took over for common sense and reasoning for
and especially because his mom was the pot problem when his dad was prime minister.
We thought, okay, this is the dude.
The pot kid is taking care of his mom. He's gonna make it legal. Yeah,
this is the dude. He's gonna make it happen, right?
Yeah. You would think that if any man was gonna do it, this guy would fucking do it. So we all voted for his ass.
Should have known as soon as he flashed them fucking pearly whites of his, man. That fucking smile. I mean, you look at it a mile away and you know he's a crooked son of a bitch, but I just didn't see it at the time.
No, we were all thinking that he's going to be better than his dad and stuff like that. And we're all going, fuck you, Trudeau, just like we did to his dad.
We thought he was going to be the savior. Yeah.
No.
And he is not.
Well, I hope that 100 people get tickets, and we told everybody not to bring all their supply, just to put a little bit on the table so that when they seize it, then you can restock yourself. You won't be in the whole bunch of money because you brought everything with you. So hopefully
play smart. You got to play smart. Plan this. It sounds like you're planning it.
I'm hoping in July it'll be a Wells Magnuson constitutional challenge with Jack Lloyd being our lawyer, that we can get this changed. That would be nice. Awesome. That would be awesome if we could do that.
The nation would thank you, my dear.
Yes. Well, Jack is checking into it to see if we can do it. It's just a name change, but or I could be in, I don't know, standing in for him.
An abstention. Yeah, I think that would be called an abstention. With him being deceased.
Because it's not about a criminal charge. This is a different court case. We have a date for it in July, so just want to continue it under. Well, we can put a Magnuson in it. We can put his son down, but I don't think he would want to do that. So That's why I offered up
Yeah,
myself.
we'd have to leave that up to Dan and between Dan and Jack and that. But I mean, you've offered. Jack
Yeah,
is going to do his due diligence and look into it. He's a good
yeah.
lawyer. He's a smart
I
man.
contact Jack on my phone. I got his
Yeah,
number and everything. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He's a good lawyer. He's a smart man. I've worked with Jack for over a dozen years. Excellent attorney. I watched
yeah.
him go through law school
I
and
drove
then
him around in
graduate.
Vancouver when he needed to go to this
Yeah,
hotel and
he
stuff.
told me. Yeah. That's
That's
awesome.
good.
That's awesome.
Did he
He's
tell
like,
you about
Glenn
the
Wells is
boobies I
my
get?
chauffeur.
That's pretty good. And you got the same thing, right? You got Glenn Wells as your
Yeah.
chauffeur.
You were my chauffeur for a day. You took me around for a day. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. The hospitality of Mr. Wells when you're in
Anybody
BC
out
is
there wanted to
unsurpassed.
visit the Vancouver area, bring a bag with you, and you got Glenn as a chauffeur for the day.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, let him know, and he'll hook you up, man. Absolutely. But I mean, we hopefully, we're spreading the word and we're spreading the education on
Yep,
behalf of Neil
yep,
and everything that he did. I know I'm talking to people. I know everybody pretty much at my network is talking to people now.
good.
I mean, it's ripple, as Gary Pallister would say, another great man that we lost in this
I'm honored
community.
to have the
And
opportunity to be able to carry this on.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, ripple, right? I mean,
Yeah,
and that's what it is. You throw a pebble in a pond and it's the ripple effect. And that ripple
yeah,
just keeps spreading out further and further and further. And it gets larger and larger and larger as it goes.
that's what we're hoping. Throwing that pebble in the
Yeah,
water, just have
yeah,
it spread around, right?
absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
we got 10 minutes left, so why don't you tell us about the Stoner Games Cup?
Sure. Let
Yeah,
me tell
how's
you
it
about the
going?
Thunder Games. It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
I'm packaging. I have what is it? What did we did the math on it? I have like 4,500 labels printed
wow.
out that have to go on to various items. And so we have a cup added on my 710 Stoner Games weekend event. This is the 4th year for it. And it's
Okay.
always just been a picnic.
Yeah.
Adult only, family style picnic fun, stupid shit like three-legged race and wheelbarrow race and all of that kind of thing, but with a stoner twist. You race out to the dab table, you do a dab, and then you race back. So it's either a
Nice.
three-legged race or something. We have
So like a Stoner Olympics sort of
yeah,
thing.
like a little stoner Olympics. You do a
Yeah.
dab and then you race back. And it's just been a really fun party weekend that we've been holding for the last 4 years.
Oh,
So this year for the last 3 years we've been tossing around the idea of adding in a cup. And
yeah.
this year we pulled the trigger and we added in a cup. So now this year it's the Stoner Games Cup and event. And we invited grassroots people to enter their products and
Yep.
have them judged by people that purchase judges kits. So we have 72 judges kits and we have a wonderful 54 entries.
54 entries. So
Yeah,
my bag is gonna be like
it's
full.
going to be nice. It's going to be nice.
Okay, and so now they have the whole month of June to judge this, right?
That's right, 28 days. So we're going
Yes.
to be mailing out your judges kits on June the 13th, and you have until July the 10th to get your votes in. So
Okay, so
28
simple
days.
math, basically about you got to try 2 products a day,
Yeah.
right? Because
And there's
28
a
days
wide
comes,
variety
you
too.
got
There's
54 and there's
topicals.
56 days, yeah. So
Yeah.
there's a wide variety. So yeah,
You can
because
do multiple a day because we've got topicals category, CBD category as well. And there's 2 edible categories, candy and food. So there's
okay,
2 different types of edibles.
yeah,
And then of course your 3 flowers, indica, sativa, and hybrid. And then we also have the extracts category, and we have a separate category this year for hash.
oh, nice. So there'll be some hash in the bag, yeah.
Well, it was enough to warrant its own category.
Well, and then maybe next year, if you could do this picnic thing, maybe I can come down there with the show
would
or
be
something,
great.
and we could do a live broadcast from the show, from your
That would
show.
be great. That would be great. We offer free camping. I have my property here. We have
Well,
150
I don't have
acres.
anything to camp with, but
Oh, we could hook you up with that.
yeah,
But
I mean,
We also have 2 motels within a 15-minute drive of our
Okay, well
property.
that's good. But you also helped me when I was traveling across Canada, which I'll never forget. And you and your husband put me up in your place, and
Yeah.
thank you very much for that.
No,
Still
you're very
today.
welcome. No,
Yeah.
you're very, very welcome. Happy to accommodate. Happy to accommodate. And we'll be having extra tents and stuff for people that show up without tents. We'll be able to give you a tent to use for the weekend and that kind of thing. So I mean, it is a camping weekend because we are off grid. So I don't even have a house here. We live in a mobile home here with an addition on the front of
So
it.
there'll be no
And
cell signals or anything?
oh well, we have Starlink.
Oh, yeah, Starlink.
Yeah.
Starlink goes anywhere.
Yeah, we got Starlink.
So
So
here,
yeah,
global.
yeah, no problem with the Wi-Fi.
That's nice. Okay, well, Starlink is good to have then, because then we could definitely do a show from there.
Yeah, no problem with the Wi-Fi at all. Yeah,
Oh, that's good. So 72 judges this year, and it's the first year, so that's quite the success.
yeah, it is. 72 judges, 54 entries, 9 categories. That are in our 54 entries that have been submitted. So yeah, I think we're gonna call it a success. I think, and I
Can
just
people
hope
still be
everybody.
judges?
Oh, absolutely. Judges' kits
Well,
are on
George wants
sale.
to be a judge right here.
Get online, www.stonergamescup.ca. There will be a little button that says buy tickets, and that'll take you to our Eventbrite site where you can purchase your judges kit.
There you go. He's reaching for his phone right now. So now you're going to have 75 judges just because we were sitting here today. George heard that and he wants to be a judge too.
Awesome. Come on over and be a judge. There's still time to purchase a judge's kit online. And yeah, they're available online. And if you're in social media land, I know
Yes.
there's several people out there that have been lending me a hand with some things, and they have some discount codes floating around
Oh, wow.
that'll give you 10% off the cost of your judge's kit. So it'll save you about $25.
Oh, and where would George find one of those?
Well, I know I can give you one if you
Oh,
want.
sure. If you could send me one in Messenger, I'll send it off to George and then we could save George $25.
All right, let's save George $25. I'll send it to you in Messenger.
He says,
Go
thank
on
you very
social
much.
media.
He would still pay the full price, he said.
You're awesome, George. But if anybody goes on social media, if you follow people like Church of Peterborough, if you follow people like Asia May Moon, if you follow people like Sherry Ann Baker, they all have codes advertised in their stories.
All right. And then next year, if you want to send me a code, I'll definitely help you out too.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you so much for that, Glenn. That's amazing.
I didn't want to become the host of the show this way, but I am thankful to have the opportunity to be the show and to continue in Neil's name.
Absolutely. And you're doing a great job, Glenn.
Thank you. Well, I've had 4 years of experience with him.
You're doing that's right. I mean, you were attached at the hip, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I was a producer and everything. So, and Neil started being the producer, and then I took over a couple of years ago. So, yeah, and Harry Burton, Freddie Pritchard was a great day. And hi, Jan. I seen you commenting, but Kim was talking, so I really didn't want to interrupt because I occasionally can interrupt people, and I know that.
Oh, I'm horrible for it.
Are you? I'm trying to get better. I'm horrible
for stepping on people. It's like, no, I'm talking.
I think I'm going to forget what I want to say because I'm listening to what they say, and then it goes back. But sometimes it comes back. Thank you for fish oil. I take fish oil every morning. It's really been helping the memory thing going.
Nice.
I really get there.
Nice. Yeah, nice. Well, see, and again, plants and fungi, animals, right?
Yeah.
Nature.
Yeah.
Mushrooms and the fish oil is helping you with your memory.
It is. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Nature.
Yeah. And it helps the heart too. Right?
Nature.
Don't have high blood pressure or anything. I've done stress tests. My heart's just doing fine. So
well, everything that we need comes from the land, the air, the water.
It is. Yeah. It's
everything
amazing
that we need is right there.
But there's a pharmaceutical company out there that says, no, you don't need it. You need our pills so you can have more side effects and we give you more pills.
Standardized dosing. I mean, that was their ticket to fucking billions upon gazillions, right? Standardized dosing, that simple little phrase got incorporated into the medical industry when they started making fucking manufactured medicines. And everything had to be standardized dosing. And that's when the way of, the salesman selling the tincture and, the family doctor or the family pharmacist, compound pharmacists making their stuff in the back of the store, adding this, that, and the other thing. All of that is gone from medicine because of those two little words, standardized dosing.
And now we have commercials that tell you about the side effects.
Yeah.
We never grew up with that. We only had aspirin commercials or Tums commercials or Rolaids or Plop Plop Fizz Fizz or whatever relief it is. Right? That's all we ever dealt with, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. It is so sad that the world has come this way and that we have to fight for a plant.
Yeah.
Just to be healthier and to be better human beings. And man, if the whole world could smoke cannabis, it would probably be a much better place.
That's for sure. And it's not just even cannabis now, though, I mean, I'm expanding. Of course, cannabis has always been the thing that I've championed for 40 years, and I'll never stop doing that.
Yep.
But, we can encompass other things into it. I mean, you look at Canada right now, they're going after the homeopathic doctors. They're going after homeopathic therapy. All plant medicines right now are under attack.
Yep. And that's from the pharmaceutical money, right? Pharmaceutical companies are doing that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're trying to say, we don't need these people. They're taking money from us. Stop them from doing that.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, Annie Barbie. Beep.
I've done it a couple of times, so sorry to anybody that doesn't want to hear it. But oh boy, this is a truck driver.
Well, that's right. We can swear on this show. We just have to say sorry to Annie Barbie.
Annie Barbie. I'm sorry for my entire conversation because there was a whole lot of it.
Annie Barbie, and every time we swore, we would always apologize to her. So we'll continue the tradition for Annie Barbie. Just in case
absolutely, 100%. You just consider it one giant apology for the entire thing. Okay.
There you go. Well, thank you very much, Kim. We are at the end of the show. So I thank you very much for joining us. And once again, I thank you for having all the volunteers on your show and getting out there how the CSP works and how we can save people's lives. Because if we could save just one person's life today, we made a difference.
Absolutely, 100%. Teach one. And, we can keep this going.
We're going to keep it going. You, me, the staff, and then this show, and we're gonna do as much as we can as long as Big Brother doesn't interfere with us.
100%.
All right, thank you. Have a great week, Kim, and I'm looking forward to that judge's kit.
Thanks, everybody.
Cheers. All right, have a good night. Take care. And we're back. There we go. All right, thank you very much, everybody, for showing up today and watching. We will be back here next Tuesday. The THC Show. We're here on the Cannabis Culture page on Facebook and the Pot TV page on YouTube. Thank you for continuing to watch. Make sure that you go out and do something nice for someone today. They might just do something nice for someone else, and we'll all have a much better world to live in. And while you're doing that, make sure you have as much fun as you can. Cheers till next week. We'll see you later. Take care and keep Neil in your prayers. Keep talking to him. He's there with us. Cheers.